Break that shit open like a savage, boy. Oh shit. Alright. This look fire. This look good. Hey, what's up, folks? It's the Methodical AAA, and I'm doing something different. I am going to be reacting. I made a reaction video before, but that was years ago. But my point is, I constantly talk about Power Rangers. I find some way to insert Power Rangers into videos that have nothing to do with Power Rangers. So I am making a video reacting to the 2017 film Power Rangers. It's not a fresh reaction because I've seen this film multiple times, but I have like thoughts that I would like to correspond to the film as I'm watching it. The way I feel about the 2017 film, as a Power Rangers film, it is a masterpiece. As a regular film, it's just alright. But like, there's certain aspects of it that I really enjoy that I would like to talk about while I'm watching the film. Because I never really made a video focused on Power Rangers, I have to insert Power Rangers into multiple videos. I think it's time that I make something that's directly Power Rangers related. So here I am, and I got my IHOP here. Finna have a feast, boy. Oh yeah, I don't even know why I didn't even bring this up earlier. I have my Power Rangers bed sheets. Don't even know how long I've had this, but I have it. Power Rangers. So yeah, it goes with the theme of watching the 2017 film. Yeah, one thing I gotta wonder is Rita in this version, like in this universe, is Rita from Eltar? Like, cause that would actually be type interesting. And also the person who turned Rita Repulsa evil, I think clearly that's supposed to be Lord Zedd. I really wish this film did well so that we would eventually see Lord Zedd in the next one. But I don't know how that would work because Rita Repulsa was the one who originally turned Tommy Oliver evil, and Rita Repulsa got sent away at the end of this film, spoilers. But I guess Lord Zedd would have something to do with turning Tommy Oliver evil in the sequel. I don't know, I have a lot of ideas, but I don't know, maybe Lord Zedd would bring Rita back, be like, yo, like, you create a new Ranger to combat these 5, and if that succeeds, I keep you alive. If that doesn't, well, you know, then you're dead. I will say though, like the cinematography from when Jason's in the car, I really like the way they set that up. It perfectly subverts the idea that Power Rangers is cheap. I mean, this film had $100 million budget, so they didn't get that money back, but clearly they put some time and effort into it. Yeah, it has my seal of approval.
Your seal of approval means jack to me.
Tight. Like seriously, like this bully is supposed to be like the more realistic version of Bulk and Skull, but clearly this guy peaked in 4th grade, so okay, what were you two doing in that stall together? I mean, like, when Kimberly walked in the bathroom, it was dumb quiet, and then all of a sudden, both of you just bust out laughing. I have a lot of questions. Can I say that what kind of speech is that? Naomi Scott, she's kind of 2 for 2 when it comes to being the new adaptation of characters from the 90s, whether it be Princess Jasmine or Kimberly. I mean, yeah, definitely, I'd say this is a more interesting version of Kimberly. Of course, what happens next, I don't really get. Yeah, I don't understand it. Yo, everybody start freaking out like, oh my god, damn, cut your hair. I mean, maybe because I'm a guy, it's noticeable to me, but it's not necessarily noteworthy to the point where I'll drop everything. Oh, like, oh shit, she cut her hair.
You cut off your hair?
Yo, she did not cut off all her hair. Do you want her to see her cut off all her hair? I do kind of like how, since this is an extended version of the first episode, Day of the Dumpster, where like Jason helped out Billy in martial arts training, I do kind of like how Jason and Billy develop a genuine friendship over the course of this film, starting right now. Considering Jason has to be home at 7, right? And his dad is clearly on him about doing the right thing. Wouldn't his dad kind of be concerned about where Jason is at this very moment? Just saying.
Crazy girl, just like clockwork.
Of course these two weird ass motherfuckers would eventually become Power Rangers. Of course.
What about the other guy? Just go!
I gotta love how adrenaline and fear of life immediately turns people into companions. Right now, we all focused on one goal, getting out of here alive. So I gotta wonder. I mean, they randomly found Rita Repulsa after 65 million years. Was her body exhumed due to the resurgence of the morphing grid? The power coins. I only say morphing grid because morphing grid is constantly on my mind because we don't know shit about it. We really don't. Megaforce was the prime example of something that could have explained the morphing grid, but it didn't. But my point is, we know about the power coins. That's not on my mind as much. The morphing grid, because of the mystery surrounding it, I constantly think about it. I don't think that required as much of an explanation as I thought it did, but that's besides the point. Back to the movie. All right, how's he gonna explain that? I'm sorry, his dad is just so on him. You're just like, how is he gonna explain, all right, part of the sink is broken. What is this guy's story? He's just so bloodthirsty and violence prone.
Hi, Billy.
Hey, my boy. Yo, this dude in the corner though, he's my favorite part of this scene. This dude right here.
Down goes douchebag.
Since when did you know Kimberly Art?
Billy's awesome.
I mean, yeah, he is. Also, I don't think Kimberly should look so smug about what happened to those girls, especially considering what's gonna happen later in the film. Trini is antisocial to the max. You see that blood? That's PG-13 right there. This ain't your daddy's Power Rangers, all right?
You got this, Billy.
No, I don't. Don't tell me that I complain.
Stop being a little bitch.
Billy!
Brother always gotta get it.
Brother always gets it.
Ha ha, very funny, motherfucker.
Oh, no.
No. Teenagers are the Power Rangers.
45 minutes into the film and we get the first mention of Power Rangers. That's one thing I will say. I love this film, but the time management is interesting to say the least. Many people's complaints is it's not enough Power Rangers action. It only shows up at the last 30 minutes. And yeah, and even for most of those 30 minutes, they're in the Zords, so it's just like 5 minutes of actual Power Ranger action. One thing I will say though, we see Rita Prime in this, vision before we actually meet Rita. And I would say I would prefer if Rita was shrouded in mystery, because that would, I feel like, the Rangers' imagination of what this threat is would be a lot more effective. Like maybe when they actually meet Rita, they're kind of underwhelmed, like, this is the person we're supposed to be afraid of? And then she does what she does. Finally, at the 50-minute mark, we get some actual character focus for Zach and Trini. I'm gonna get into this later as the film progresses, but I feel I like the way the film presents it. It's actually like kind of acceptable because we kind of see events through Jason and Kimberly's eyes, and then we meet Billy, and then like we don't really know who Zach and Trini are, but I'm gonna get to more in depth as to why I like what they did here.
Me and 4 kids from Angel Grove found a spaceship buried underground.
What?
Pee in that cup.
That's one thing. I want to know more about Trini's story. I mean, she told us enough, but I want to know more. Like, does she have history of doing drugs to the point where her mom has the pee cup at the ready? Anytime this chick says something out of the ordinary, nah, she's on drugs.
Thank you.
I just find it funny because it would be so easy to write this film off as just trying to cash in on a popular name, Power Rangers, which, yes, that's what every new reboot revival is trying to do to varying degrees of success. But I will say, I find it really interesting how this film is a better Power Rangers product than Megaforce, the 20th anniversary. How is that possible? I mean, that's not even disrespect to this film because, as I said before, I love this film, but like, they were able to talk about the morphing grid in this film. They actually make that a bit of a plot point. Something inventive like that was completely lost in Megaforce. How?
How, Sway? You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Also, this shit right here. I think it's clear that Trini has a bit of a crush on Kimberly. Trini clearly has come a long way from the antisocial person who would literally jump an entire chasm to get away from Kimberly, and now she's openly flirting with her. At least that's the way I'm interpreting it.
Take yourself out. You don't need a locker.
Question. As you can see, like, these characters are having like bandages and bruises and shit. Are their parents concerned? Like, back to Jason's dad, I would assume he of all people would be concerned. And see, now this scene right here, the campfire scene.
It's just me and my mom. My mom is the best! But my mom, she's sick. Sometimes I get too scared to stay there at night because I'm afraid she can't make it.
I don't miss my dad as much. I mean, coming to the mine with him was all I had. Coming to the mine with you guys is just as good.
My parents don't have to worry about my relationships.
Boyfriend troubles.
Yeah. Boyfriend troubles.
Girlfriend troubles?
My family is so normal. Too normal. I don't know how to tell them what's really going on with me.
And right after the reveal that Trini is not entirely straight, what does the film do?
Do you know who I am? Yes. Are all the Rangers on Zordon's new team as young as you? Delightful. If you could morph, we'd be having a very different conversation. You're so strong! I'm just kidding. You will find out where that crystal is, and you will come to me.
I just know somebody from the crew enjoyed making this scene. I just know they did.
And not your friends. Come with me. We can be friends. Or will it find you? What? Or will it find you? What? Will it find you?
What the fuck, man?
Why don't you take a seat right over there? What was on the agenda tonight?
I was just gonna take her out and show her around.
All right, I did not talk about this at all, but now that the scene has concluded with Trini and Rita, I will say this is probably, in my opinion, one of the perfect ways of destroying the idea that the Red Ranger is the point of Power Rangers, especially shit like Samurai. Everybody in Samurai was like, oh, Jaden, he's supposed to be the best because he's the Red Ranger. First off, the Japanese predecessor, Shinkenger, the reason why the Red Ranger was the main focus was because he was the Lord and the rest of the Rangers were his vassals. Samurai, they say, oh, it's because he's the Red Ranger. That is such an insult to every other Ranger on the team. If he's the main draw, why isn't he just the only hero on the show? And to a lesser extent, Power Rangers SPD, well, they made like such a big focus on the importance of being the Red Ranger. I mean, obviously the Red Ranger is the leader, I get that. And Sky, I have so many feelings about Power Rangers SPD. I love Power Rangers SPD, but I do not like the fact that Jack ultimately, while he had his own character and he had his own motivation, ultimately he was only made Red Ranger to teach Sky a lesson. What kind of shit is that? Why you gotta make the black guy the Red Ranger just to shift focus to the Blue Ranger? That's some bullshit. But my point is, Power Rangers 2017, I feel, is the best example of why the Red Ranger is not supposed to be the only draw of this story. While we are introduced to this film through Jason's eyes and Kimberly's eyes, well, Jason is obviously, he's the main one because he's red. I like how Billy, Zach, and Trini, they all have things that make them unique in the film to help them stand out. Like as I said, the campfire scene, I feel that's the best scene in the film. And the campfire scene, Billy, Zach, and Trini are the ones that dominate that scene. Like, Zach is the one that initiates it. Billy, you know, like, he's the second one to join in. And Kimberly, Trini is the one to end it. And not only that, but Billy, Zach, and Trini all have things Power Rangers related that make them unique compared to Jason and Kimberly. Jason and Kimberly, we start off the film with. But Billy, he's the one to discover the Zeo Crystal, as well as being the first one to morph. And Zach, he's the first one to pilot the Zords. And Trini, whatever you want to say about that scene, but Trini is the first one to encounter Rita. So yeah, all three of these characters have their own specific focuses outside of the Red Ranger, and I really enjoy that. Now for Jason and Kimberly.
Whoa.
You took that picture?
No, Amanda Clark took that picture of herself.
So hold the phone. You have a picture of Amanda Clark naked on your phone, and you after everything that went down, you still have it.
But she shared it with me, privately.
Damn, all right. The plot thickens. Amanda Clark is the one that shared it with you. Like, hey, look at me naked.
She trusted me.
And you sent that pic to Ty?
With a text that said, "Is this the girl you want to bring home to your mom?"
Oh, shit.
Okay, hold the phone. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here, surprisingly. So it's established early in the film that she used to date Ty Fleming.
I know you used to date Ty Fleming.
Then you know I punched his tooth out.
I assume that she and Ty broke up, and Kimberly, it's not said anywhere in this film, but I think it's safe to assume that Kimberly was type jealous over that. And Ty Fleming started dating Amanda Clark, who I assume Kimberly was already friends with. And Amanda, she didn't know anything, but you know, she naively sent the picture to Kimberly, and Kimberly, being an asshole, sent the picture to Ty. Wait, hold the phone. Why did Amanda Clark send... Did she send the picture to Ty? Because I assume that would be the intended recipient. Was the intended recipient Kimberly? Oh, that makes everything more interesting then.
I had to sit in Mr. Detmer's office with Amanda's father and watch as they showed him that photo of his daughter. In his eyes, for the first time, I could see who I'd become.
I like the fact that Kimberly is so remorseful over what she did. What I don't like is while Amanda Clark and whoever that other girl is, while those two are antagonistic towards Kimberly, I do not like the idea that whenever these girls have something bad happen to them, Kimberly is so smug about it. Yo, like, you just admitted that you were the cause of all of this shit, so why, when something bad happens to them, you're like, oh, well, all right, see Zach holding up the black power symbol. That makes me think he was originally written to be black, like the original Zach.
Camping out on old trains. I see you too, homeboy.
He found them. Now chill out.
Chill out.
Chill out, Jesus. Chill out. What the fuck are you trying to relate to me? Talk like a white man.
So yeah, this Rita blows the original out of the water. I don't think that's a blasphemous statement. I'm sure she has her fans. I don't have a problem with the original Rita, but this one is...
Better.
At what?
Everything.
You got this, big guy. Come on.
He's dead.
Why the brother always gotta get it, bro?
Did I die?
Yes. No.
A little bit.
Oh, hey, Billy's back. Ah, that's another thing I was gonna say. While I do like the music, I would have liked if the actual score of the film that was composed for the film would have had shades of the original Mighty Morphin theme song. That's another thing. Ron Wasserman, I really wish he had something to do with this, because Ron Wasserman, he's that guy. He's that guy to make Power Rangers music. See, shit like this. I really love these suits. These suits are fire, which makes me wish that the Rangers themselves would show up earlier in the film. And they even got the Power Ranger puns in there. See, yeah, that's why, you know, because like this theme song, like it's the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers film from 1995, that version of the theme song, and I think that one sounds terrible. It doesn't sound as hard-hitting. I don't like that, but I think it would have been more acceptable if the score had shades of the original Mighty Morphin theme song. I do like the song Power. That being said, I get why you put it in this film, but bro, why would you use that song where you could use any other Power Ranger theme song, bro? I was saying this was a time for Ron Wasserman.
I had to sit in Mr. Detmer's office with Amanda's father and watch as they showed him that photo of his daughter. In his eyes, for the first time, I could see who I'd become. That's what you get.
What the fuck do you mean? That's what you get. That's what I'm saying. The inconsistency. Like, she's so remorseful, and then when something bad happens to these girls, like, oh, that's what you get. What did they do? You were the one who started this shit, bro. Yo, instead of saying, hey, that's what you get, how about you just look back and be like,
I'm looking for you. I'm downtown. I'm at Mariner Bay and Reefside.
Mariner Bay and Reefside, haha. Yeah, random name.
No one dies alone. I'm okay with it.
This hits home. And this shows that the Rangers have become What is wrong with my grammar? Maybe this is what Power Rangers does to me. Yeah, I love how this shows how the Rangers themselves have become true companions, that they're okay with dying with each other. Even though Billy just died. Also, Jason and Kimberly, and there was a deleted scene where Kimberly kissed Jason, and that scene was actually in the trailer. That was ridiculous. If this film had a sequel, how would they tackle Kimberly and Tommy's relationship? Because that, to this day, is probably the GOAT in terms of Power Rangers romances. I love Jen and Wes to my dying day, but Tommy and Kimberly, that's the GOAT. That's the gold standard. Ain't nobody touching that. Oh, speaking of Tommy and Kimberly, hey, my people. See, this film knows what's up.
Heroes, but heroes you all will be.
So wait, this makes it seem like Zach and Trini are in detention. Why? I mean, I can understand why Zach is in detention because he ain't do shit in school. But why is Trini in detention? Maybe just to hang out with her friends. So yeah, that was Power Rangers. I gotta wonder, considering how insane Rita is in this continuity, how crazy is Rita Revolto? Maybe Rita Revolto doesn't exist in this continuity. If he doesn't, I mean, it doesn't matter now because this film is one and done. It's not gonna get a sequel. But a dude can imagine Lord Zed, that dude would be a monster. And Rito's father and Rita's father, Master Vile, what would he be like in this continuity? Damn, that would be something to behold. But yeah, like, even though like this film is in a different continuity, Power Rangers in and of itself has dealt with different alternate realities, like Power Rangers RPM, yeah, Power Rangers Dino Charge, yeah, those two are in separate continuities. So it stands to reason, if they really wanted to, they could bring these Rangers into the main continuity to interact with whichever season of Rangers we're focusing on. And that would be great because yeah, Power Rangers Beast Morphers, which, believe it or not, is not actually bad. But yeah, like he was able to tap into the morphing grid, something that Megaforce never even talked about. But yeah, Devin, a Black Red Ranger, yeah, he was able to tap into the morphing grid to talk to Jason, the original one. I gotta wonder, what if he was talking to a different Jason? Maybe the Jason from this film. That would be, because yeah, different continuities, alternate realities, there's a possibility. And hey, I'm only saying that because many of the reasons why I would like a Power Rangers season is if I like the main cast of Rangers. Like, that's one thing, regardless of whether the seasons are good or bad. One problem I have consistently with Power Rangers ever since it's been on Nickelodeon is the overly sanitized feel of it. I don't like it. Now, sometimes, like I said, sometimes seasons are able to be good regardless of that sanitized feeling, but it's they're trying to harken back to the original, and it gets in the way of telling a truly excellent story. So even if a season on Nickelodeon is good, it never rises to great. Ultimately, like I said, Ranger teams themselves are instrumental in me liking a season or liking a product, and I will say without a shadow of a doubt, I love the 2017 Power Rangers team. Bars.
Becky messed up my last video.
Stop tripping.
You messed up my last video. Don't
complain
tell me.
so
No,
much.
you complain. Don't tell me that I complain.
Stop being a little bitch.
Now when I shoot.
Get them bricks and I will cut the hood. White ghost, white lovers, they still lit.
Yeah, I love them. I would love to see more of them, but alas, pretty much that is all I had to say. I really hope everyone is doing fine with everything that's happening. But yeah, I'm the Methodical AAA. Peace.